In the world we live in today, just watching your data roll in isn't enough anymore, not by a long shot. The real magic happens when you can take immediate, totally automated action based on what that data is telling you right in the moment. And today, we're going to build a real-world solution that does exactly that.
Okay, let's dive into this with a scenario you can really sink your teeth into. Imagine for a second that you work for a shipping company. You're handling all kinds of stuff, but some of it is super sensitive. I'm talking about medical prescriptions that absolutely, positively have to stay refrigerated while they're on the move. So here's the million-dollar question, right? You've got this critical package out for delivery. It's miles away. How in the world do you know the very second its temperature creeps outside that safe zone? Not an hour later, not when you get a report at the end of the day, but right now, while you can still actually do something about it.
Yeah, the stakes are incredibly high. For these shipments, the temperature has to stay in this really narrow, perfect band. If it goes even a little bit off, you need a system that doesn't just write it down in a log somewhere. No, you need a system that actively yells for help, alerting the right people to take immediate action. That's the problem we're here to solve. And this is where our hero tool comes into play. The solution for this exact kind of challenge is a feature inside Microsoft Fabric called Activator. It is purpose-built to watch data and then do something the moment conditions change. So what is it exactly? Well, think of Activator as your personal no-code automation expert. You just tell it, hey, watch this data, look for these specific things, and when you see them, take this action. It's that simple. It's the bridge that connects your real-time insights to real-world action.
All right, theory is great, but let's get our hands dirty. We are going to build out this entire alerting system from the ground up. And the best part, we're going to use sample data that's already right inside Fabric so you can see exactly how this whole thing works. So it's just 3 quick steps to get our environment ready to go. First, we'll spin up a new workspace to work in. Then, we'll add our Activator item. And finally, we'll load up that sample data that's going to pretend to be our packages out for delivery. Easy enough, right? Okay, so every project in Fabric kicks off inside a workspace. And here we are, looking at a totally clean slate. This is our blank canvas. It's from right here that we're going to build our entire real-time monitoring solution. Now here's what's really cool. Check out how easy it is to get started. We don't have to go find our own live data feed right away. We can just click this Try Sample button, and bam! Fabric Activator instantly populates our project with a realistic, streaming data set of package delivery info. And there it is. This is our event stream. You can see all these individual events just flowing in one after another. Each one is a status update for a package out on the road. This is the raw data that Activator is going to be watching for us 24/7. This sample data is awesome because it even comes with a pre-built alert to get you started. It's a pretty general rule called too hot for medicine that basically just watches all packages and triggers if the temperature goes above 20 degrees Celsius. It's a nice start for sure, but our problem is a lot more specific. And that brings us to the real fun part, the core of what we're doing today. See, we don't want an alert for every hot package. We need a highly specific, totally custom rule that only goes off for our unique high-value shipments. So let's see how we build that. Let's be crystal clear about our mission. We want an email alert, but only if 3 things are true at the same time. The package is heading to Redmond, it's got medicine inside, and it's a refrigerated shipment. If it's anything else, we want our system to just ignore it. So our first move is to tell Activator which little slice of the data we actually care about. We do this by creating something called an object. You can think of this as creating a special pre-filtered view. It's way more efficient. We're going to call ours Redmond Packages to focus only on those events that matter to us. Okay, with our Redmond Packages object ready to go, we can now build the brains of our operation, the custom rule itself. Over on the right side of the screen, you can see where we're going to add our filters, and this is where the real power is. We aren't just limited to one condition. We can stack multiple filters to be incredibly precise. And check out how simple the logic is. We just add our 3 filters one by one. Filter number 1 checks if the city property says Redmond. Filter 2 makes sure the SpecialCare property is medicine. And filter 3 confirms the ColdChainType is refrigerated. Only if an event ticks all 3 of those boxes will the rule even bother to look at the temperature. It's brilliant. So we've defined the when. Now we need to define the what. What actually happens when our super specific trigger condition is met? This is the final step, where we connect our rule to a real-world automated action. And in the action section, it's about as simple as it gets. We just choose email as our action type. We can type in a custom subject line, something like urgent, Redmond Medical Package Temperature Alert, and a headline. We're telling Activator exactly what to send and who to send it to.
And that's it. Seriously. We hit save and start, and with that one click, our custom, multi-filtered, fully automated monitoring system is live. It is now actively watching every single package delivery event, looking for our very specific conditions.
So let's just quickly recap what we did here. We saw how you can monitor data as it happens in real time. We used objects to zero in on exactly what matters. We built a really powerful rule with multiple layers of filters. And then we hooked that rule up to an automated action, like an email or even a Teams message. But the most impressive part? We went from having a complex business problem to having a live, working solution in just a few minutes. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. What critical, real-time event is happening in your own data right now that's just waiting for an immediate automated response? Think about it.
Of the lab, we will go through use Activator in Microsoft Fabric. So Activator in Microsoft Fabric takes action based on what's happening in your data. So it normally sends data to monitor in real time and lets you monitor your data and create triggers to react to your data changes. So I'll share this Microsoft Learning GitHub link so that you can follow the lab when you do that one. So let's go through hands-on now. So the very first thing here I have already connected to Microsoft Fabric. So after connecting there, we need to create a workspace. So you see that the workspace icons here, click that button. Then click on new workspace. Give your workspace name. And if you go down below, then you need to select the licensing mode. In our case, Fabric option is enabled and click on apply. So you can see that a new workspace is created. This is currently empty. So now next, we'll use the activator in Fabric to create triggers based on data changes. So Fabric's activator conventionally provides a sample dataset that we can use to explore the activator's capabilities. So let's create an activator. So for that, here you can see that new item. Let's click that one, or you can also go from here, click create button and search for activator. It's not getting here. Okay. Let me go back, or do I need to refresh? Okay. Let me check that one. Activator. Let's go back. Why that option is not getting here? So what we can do, click okay, if I off all these options, let's go to real-time intelligence section. Real-time intelligence sections, and then click on activator. So it is creating a new activator. So now here you can see that monitor your data and activate alerts and actions. In real scenario, actually we'll use our own data, but here we are going to use as a sample data. So for that, select on try sample. So it's populating that one. And you can see that by default it's creating a name here. We can give a meaningful name for this one. So let's me give a nice name. So we are going to give that name is Contour Shipping Activator. Press enter. So we can go through different objects, properties, and rules. If you see here, left side, you can see that package delivery samples. There is a package, then delivery status, city. Then you can see exception region. If time takes, then based on weather, hours of delivery, humidity, package ID, temperature too cold for plants or too hot for medicine, delivery events, package delivery events. And you can see if, when you select any Explorer some options, you can see the definitions on your right side. And each of them just put into different categories like monitoring. You can see that under monitoring there are different options like city, you can select delivery status, hours of delivery, humidity. Then you can see the condition. You can see the different options: decrease, increase, change, exit range. And then we can also do a property filter section. So where we can do customize filter. Like if you see here the different types of condition. So which type of food, plants, seafood, based on value. And also there is action like based on that what we are going to do. So all those different options are available that we can do. Uh, So now let's create a object. So what we are going to do here, you see that package delivery events. Select that one, event stream, and over there now here you see that click that new objects and give your object name. Here you see that new objects. So not we are not existing objects that we are updating or modifying. So give your object a name. Then unique identifier. Select the ID. In our case, that is packaged ID. And then under that category, you can see different properties. So here we are going to filtering city, then cold chain type, special care, and temperature. When select everything, then click on create. So after creation, you can see down on your left side that Redmond package, this object has been added. So now we are going to create a rule. So for that, you can see that temperature, there is a different category. We are going for temperature. So select that temperature and create a rule. So click on new rule. So rule has been created successfully. You can see the rule here. So that has been created. Now let's put a condition. So attributes temperature and condition here. If you expand that one, there are different options available. Even there is a subcategory. So we are going to set this up. increase above, we are giving a value that if that is increase above 20 degree. And occurrence, you can see that there is also different options. So every time the condition is met. And what the action we are going to do? Send an email. So if you go down, you can see that action is send an email. And then after that, click on save and start. So you can see that a rule has been created, and we would like to give a meaningful name. So for that, you can see that rule name temperature alert default one. So give a meaningful name here. So we have defined the property and condition we want to rule to fire on, but we did not still still include all the parameters for filtering purpose. So we need to set that up to filter. So if you go here on definition side, and you can see there is option called property filter. So expand that one, and the let's start that one. So filter attribute, you can see that different options in relate to attribute. First one we're going to set up is city, and operation is equal to, and going to for Redmond. Then let's another filter that we are going to add is special care is equal to, this is medicine. Then let's another filter attribute we are going to select is cold chain type is equal to, give a value is refrigerated. So we have defined all the filters now. Next we are going to select the action we want, so that is email. Then two is the person we want to, in this case that the user I have logged in. Then we need to give a subject. Let's add a subject, a meaningful subject here. Then give a headline, meaningful headline. Then give a meaningful message. Then give a context like so expand that one, and let's select the context is temperature property. When that is done, click save and update. There is also a test action. Click save and update. So we have that means the rule is now active, and it will trigger every hour basis. And when you verified that rule is working, now after validation, if you want to stop or edit, you can do that one. So you can see that edit details, you can go through edit options. But like when you do a send me a test action, you can do that one. It will, because it's a lab environment, so it is that is very normal, but you can test that one. And to stop that one, you can see that there's option stop. For delete that one, so stop is there. If you click that, rules has been stopped successfully. So when that is stopped, you can see that start button is enabled here, or here you can start that one. So we have successfully completed this lab, how to use Activator in Fabric. If you have any comments or questions, then you can add that into comment sections. Otherwise, see you into next lab.